Hello everyone. Welcome to Ed Talk TV, conversations worth having. I hope you are having a fantastic day. You can see I'm smiling from ear to ear because it has been amazing. It's Wednesday, it's hump day, and it has been so rewarding. We're going to talk about that today on the show. But first, let me welcome everyone who is new. If you're new to me, welcome. This is awesome. Tell me in the comments, how did you find me? What do you think of the show after you watch it, of course? This is a business talk show. We talk about business, tech, and the user experience. And what do? Well, besides hosting this show, I actually help I help overwhelmed business owners get organized and overcome the tech struggles that they face in business so that they can show up, deliver, and engage with their audiences here online. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I love it. It's so much fun. So basically, I help you get your tech life right. And who doesn't want to have their tech life right? Am I right? I know. See what I did there? So be sure to pop into the comments, say hello, even if you're watching the replay. Super important for you replay viewers, because I know that you're going to show up later, not now during the live broadcast, and that's okay. I still want to talk to you. People in the comments still want to talk to you. And that's the beauty of having a Facebook Live show, is that you can have people engage with you during the live broadcast as well as on the replay. And I continuously do that. That's the fun part. And it's not just for my benefit to know who's showing up here, but it's also for your benefit. So then that way you get noticed. See what I'm doing? I'm trying to help you out. Helping you get noticed. That's what we do here. It's called teamwork. Teamwork equals success. That's what I always like to say. So don't be shy. Be sure to pop into the comments, even on the replay. Hello, Chrissy. Welcome. So glad to see you. And for those who are new, we do have a lot of UK viewers. And this time is not very convenient because it's typically midnight over there. So we really appreciate those who tune into the live show that are in other countries. It's really crazy. So much fun. And yeah. So how the show is structured, we have random news coming up, and then we're going to jump into today's topic, which is where I'm going to actually show you a little behind the scenes, I guess, with how I create ads. Now, let me back up and say that I don't actually pay for advertising. So let me expand on that for a second for those who are new. All of my efforts in terms of my follows on the page here on Facebook, my followers on Instagram, and all of that stuff is organic, meaning I haven't paid yet for advertising. I don't pay for Facebook ads. I don't pay for Google ads or Instagram ads or any of that stuff. So I don't actually do that yet. There may be a time for that, but thankfully so far I haven't jumped into that ball game. Now, when I say that I create ads, it's because that's my creativity. I have a background in communications. I've taken advertising classes, marketing, sales, you name it, I've done it, right? So I love creating ads. And in fact, I created a lot of my own ads when I had my first business, which was a magazine. I created a magazine for my first business while in college and working several part-time jobs. And I ran that for 2 years. It's awesome. You can go see it on my website if you want. I put my website into the link in the comments below. It's a link, edtroxel.com. But I've always been fascinated by ads and creating them, and my creativity just exceeds me, right? So that's why I always joke that advertising agencies, if they were smart, they would have me on retainer. And when they need something, they'd just be like, hey, Ed, can you help us out with this? Sure. As long as you have that connection, that retainer on me, you're good. You're solid. You're good. So that is a real joke, but to be honest, I'm not kidding. Like literally, if you know someone who knows someone, like hook it up, because they will be very happy. Trust me. Speaking of, hey Ed, let me just mention why my heart is so full today. It is always when I'm working with you guys and hanging out with you. But for those who don't know, I do have a tech support community called Hey Ed. The reason I labeled it that, gave it that name, is because all of the conversations that I have with you guys one-on-one typically start with, hey Ed. So I decided to take that and use that as my marketing, the name for my service. And as some of you know, this month, August, we're celebrating 6 months of having Hey Ed in our lives, where you get unlimited tech support and business development and so much more all for one price. And it's a per month, not per call, not per session. It's all month. So what's awesome about that is that not one person has canceled in 6 months of its existence. So not only are we celebrating the 6-month anniversary, we're celebrating the fact that no one has canceled and that people are actually joking but serious that they're going to be putting it in their wills to leave their membership to the kids and everyone because it's that good. So when you're at edtroxel.com, be sure to check that out. And we're actually going to take a look at my quote ad that I created today, and I'm hoping to get your feedback on it, whether it's live or on the replay, because I literally created that right before this episode. And I want to get your feedback, and we're going to talk about that stuff. But first, let me just check the comments real quick. For those who just tuned in, be sure to say hi, even if you're watching the replay. Oh yeah, Mickey says Chrissy's going to be on the radio. We're super excited about that. Chrissy is one of our UK viewers. We're excited to hear that. Oh, part of Random News is, and this is what started my day off, by the way, you guys, is I got a message from someone that I would call my secret follower, because those, let me back up. From a secret follower, and I will explain what is a secret follower. A secret follower is everyone who is following you, but probably isn't commenting. They're not letting you know very often that you're making a difference in their life, right? You're making an impact, but they're still paying attention to you, which is why it's important for you to show up, deliver, and engage consistently, because there's someone out there that you're going to be speaking to that's going to hit them at the right time. And that's what happened this morning when I got a message on my Facebook business page here from a secret follower, where she was explaining to me that she's watched the show, she's catching up on episodes, she's watching how I've built all of this and how I'm building my empire, which is super cool when I hear that from other people. And she's letting me know that I'm making an impact in her life and in her business. And she actually was motivated to reach out to an expert in a certain field and asked them if she could interview them on her Facebook Live show, which is actually going to be happening tonight. So I'm super excited. I'm going to watch that, and I'll share that out. I don't know if I'll share it on my business page, because I know reach gets really low when I share on the business page. So we'll see. But it's really cool because of the fact that it comes at a time, like the universe has been talking a lot lately today, like really loud today. And I want to remind you guys to pay attention to that when the universe is talking to you. Because what's interesting, and this is part of today's show, which we'll get into after Random News, but what's interesting is I'm working on fine-tuning things. I'm constantly doing that, right? But like really my marketing plan and really simplifying things when I put them out on social media, and make it easier for you guys to get what you need, and also be more straight to the point and keep things concise. And so as I'm doing that, and I was working on that this morning, and I have cards and everything that we'll talk about in a second, these messages started coming in. That one I mentioned. I got a couple other ones. I got a few Hey Ed members who received their bands and their thank you gifts. So they were sharing that on social media. I just a lot was happening today, and it was that confirmation that we always look for. You know, we may not get it 100% every time, and we may not read between the lines, but when we do, it's like, oh, okay, I got you. Okay, I see you. I see we're doing okay. Let's just keep it moving. Let's keep rolling here. We're good. So really make sure that you're allowing yourself some breathing room and that you are open to receiving those messages, because they're out there and I want you to receive them, because they're going to motivate you. They're going to make you stand taller. They're going to make you want to do more, and they're going to give you that energy that you need in order to get the work done. So pay attention to that. Let's jump into Random News so we can head on over to our main topic today. How many of you guys have kids? Even if you're watching the replay, how many of you guys have kids? I'm going to take a drink of water because it is hot. So how many of you guys have kids? Let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. And don't be a secret follower, because I see you. I see you right there. You're waiting. You're thinking about typing something in the comments, and you're like, no, I'm just going to hang out. Comments right there. Let me know. That was really cold. Felt really good. Perfect. Okay, yes. So you guys have kids. Awesome. Well, how many of you are having a hard time getting them to bed? Because bedtime is hard, especially now with school back in. Chrissy's like, yes, 5. Woo, Chrissy is so busy. How many of you guys have a hard time getting the kids back into a sleep routine, especially because school is around? Well, if I can get my computer to work here, Disney has a solution for you. Yeah, isn't that cool? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Disney from, let's see, what's the dates? For a limited time, they got so many ads. Oh, until August 31st. August 31st. Check this out. So if you got kids, oh, I gotta be on the right screen. Boop. If you have kids, check this out. You can get on the Sleep Shop hotline with Mickey and Friends. Literally, Mickey and Friends. Now, I haven't tried this yet, but for free, which is kind of crazy that they're doing it for free. I'm wondering if this is like a beta test because, well, let's just back up. Sorry, I know I do this. So give me a second. Let's just go over the details first. So with this hotline from Disney, you can call 877-7-MICKEY, not our Mickey, but Mickey from Disney, and punch in the appropriate number to hear a bedtime message from your favorite Disney character. 1 is Mickey, 2 is Minnie, 3 is Donald, 4 is Daisy, 5 is Goofy. And then you can have 1 call per day. And it's free until August 31st. Super cool. I think that's awesome. Now I'm curious if this is a beta test, meaning that they want to test this out to see if this is a way that they might be able to charge a service like this, charge for a service like this. I think that right off the bat, I mean, I don't have kids, but my first thing is like $2.99 a month, maybe 50 cents a call, $1 a call. I don't know, but definitely, I think if they needed to make money off of this, I think they can definitely turn this into a business and have that as another stream of income, right? Because who doesn't want to talk to one of the Disney characters? I guarantee you, you Disney fans, you grown adults, don't be hiding. I know. Trust me, I know. Those, yep, you're going to be calling that. You're going to check it out just for yourself. Have I checked it out yet? No, I have not. I love Disney, but I'm not a hardcore Disney fan. Let me see. Erica says, I'd rather call our Mickey. Well, see, and Erica is our expert in voiceover here, our resident expert in voiceover. Now, Erica, this is another stream of income that you could possibly run with, where you could do some kind of, voiceover hotline. I don't know. Just parking lot, just put that on the parking lot list. But that's what's going on. So if you have kids, you might want to try that. It'd be fun. Put it on speakerphone. Do a nice little family gathering at bedtime and try it out. See what happens. So I thought that was cool. That's from the local news station here. So I am not responsible for anything that goes wrong with that. Just putting that out there. I don't know. Yes, sisters like Erica's voice though. I'm telling you. And here is another kid-related story. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have noticed this summer a lot of kids having those lemonade stands. I mean, a lot. Not just in my area, but all over. Have you guys seen that in your area? Have you seen a lot of kids doing lemonade stands or something like that, meaning they're selling bottles of water somewhere? It seems to be a big thing this year. And I don't know if that's just because, we're all trying to get into that entrepreneurship and we are just making sure that we start them young, which is great. But what's interesting is the kids have been doing that a lot this year. And sadly, Although there is a plus side here. In North Carolina, a kid was actually robbed. He was 9. He was robbed at gunpoint. This is the crazy part, from his lemonade stand for, I think it was like $19, $17. Okay, $17. Obviously, it was a teenager who was robbing. Well, it's not obvious, but they say it's the teenager that robbed him. I mean, at gunpoint, that's pretty bad. And having it for $17, come on. Like, this kid's just trying to make a buck. Let him be. Like, there's no need for that. But here's the cool part, because there is a plus side to this story. So Lowe's, for those who don't know what Lowe's is, it's kind of like a Home Depot. You can get all of your you can get appliances there now and home improvement stuff and things like that. Well, Lowe's saw that this kid who was running the lemonade stand, who also had business cards, so somebody's doing it right at the house there, because he's got business cards, where he also talks about, let's see, where was it? That he works as a lawnmower, dog walker, and professional ring bearer. I want to talk to this kid. Like, what? This is awesome. He's got all of it listed there, you know? And so somebody from Lowe's, or a vendor who's with Lowe's, saw that, and they gave him an $1,100 riding lawnmower. How cool is that? Like, they saw the story, they felt bad about that, and they were like, you know what? Let's help this kid out. We're not just going to give him some money, because he did get some donations, $256 donations at his next lemonade stand at the community pool. But they gave him an $1,100 lawnmower that he could ride for his lawn mowing jobs. So cool, right? So that's pretty awesome. So shout outs to North Carolina and everyone involved with that, because that's pretty awesome to be able to do that. And if you know this kid, I would love to put him on the show, because that would be awesome to talk about his different businesses and his business card. I'm just going to put that out there, because you never know who's going to watch this and who's going to know somebody who knows somebody, right? So we'll put it there. Speaking of, if you wanted to become a guest here on the show, you can do that. I do encourage you to fill out the guest request form. It's over at edtroxel.com. You can click on shows, or you can go to contact page, or at the bottom in the footer, it has it there too. I got you. That will allow you to submit a request to let me know what you want to talk about, and then we will review that and bring you on the show and talk about it. So it's a great way to get exposure and to really share what you know and have that conversation with me and everyone else hanging out. So there you go. So let's move on to today's content. Now, let me bring it back to me for a second here, because I want to talk about what I was doing today, the process, and why I'm going to show this to you. So, I'm thinking about my social media marketing strategy, and, I really want to clean things up, especially on Instagram, because I have a love-hate relationship with Instagram. Facebook's my jam. I can hang out with you guys. I can really engage in the comments, and it's just, this is where it's at for me. But I still need to have a presence over there, and I want to make it easier, more manageable. So, I'm playing with different ideas. And so then today, this is where you start taking notes if you haven't already. Today, what I did was I got out my index cards, 3x5 cards. Now, you might be saying, oh, I could just do this on my phone. I can do this on the computer. I can do it, with my binder paper. Yes, but it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be as effective. I promise you it's not. So really think about getting the 3x5 cards because it's important to have them and to really utilize them. So what I did today was I took 3x5 cards, and I just so happen to have various colors, which is nice. Kind of an old stack, but I really like having that. And I wrote down on the front, so I kind of do this thing. And some of you know this if you've watched previous episodes. For those who don't, I'll quickly remind you or share with you what I do. I like to use 3x5 cards to write one topic on the front and typically 3 talking points on the back. That's part of my show up, deliver, and engage method, okay? Taking that same idea, what you want to do is, or what I'm doing for the marketing part, is I'm taking a 3x5 card, I'm writing on the front the social network. So for instance, this one says Pinterest strategy, which I haven't really had any strategy for Pinterest. I have a Pinterest account. I have saved a lot of stuff to it. I don't promote it. It just sits there and I don't really add too much to it just because I'm not focused on that. So I put Pinterest strategy on the front, and then on the back, I will put any ideas that come up. For instance, I put add blog post, because if I'm adding a blog post to my website, I should add it to Pinterest, because that's where it can show up in searches, right? It just helps the connection. And then, of course, I have Facebook, I have Instagram, I have my ideal clients, and I have my blog strategy, and I have my Hey Ed community. And then, what did I write on this one? Oh, and then I also actually did one for myself. I put me on the front. Any ideas of why I did that? Why would I make a card for myself? Any ideas? Yeah, Sista's like, I'm addicted to the 3x5 cards. They're pretty awesome. It's really crazy what the power of the 3x5 card. It's really weird, but it works. And there's so many strategies that you can run with for this. Chrissy says, so you have time off. That's actually a good one. I didn't put that on that list, but I should, huh? So far, the idea behind having a me card, I was going to say block, but a me card is so that way I can write down what people come to me for. Meaning tech support, business strategy, speaking events. Like, I can write those things down so that I can kind of see the common thread, which this card will then help me with all the other cards. Does that make sense? Because this is what everyone's coming for. It starts with me, in your case, you. So this is where everything just branches out from here. Now, that's where I started, right? Took the ideas from here, popped them onto 3x5 cards, kept it moving. Then, notice the process here. I'll repeat it again. We went from idea to 3x5 card, which handwriting it, to then mocking something up on the computer. So, I'm going to show you my finished product, at least for now. And of course, give me any feedback you have, whether it's live or on the replay. But I thought this would be a great way to share with you guys like kind of what I do here, or my process here. So let me move this guy over here just for right now. This guy, me. As you can see, I'm in what's called Canva. If you're not familiar, Canva is a free design program that you can sign up for, and it's going to change your life if you're not already using it. How many of you guys use Canva, even if you're watching the replay? Let me know in the comments. But I wanted to share with you that I took the idea, I wrote it down, I even sketched it out on my Hey Ed 3x5 card. I sketched out what I wanted the ad to look like. And when I say ad, remember, it's just me posting. I'm not actually paying for an ad yet. So it's just me posting this. But I call them ads because, I mean, they are, right? And so what I did was I decided, okay, I want to bring this to life, but I have to figure out what size do I want to start with. Because we can have so many sizes, right? We can have regular photos, we can have posters, we can have all kinds of things. But for me, I decided, you know what? I want to keep it simple. I want to just have the typical square for Instagram. Because that's kind of like where my head was this morning. So I decided, okay, I'm going to create the ad for Instagram. Now, when you look at Instagram posts, they are square, right? But what you want to pay attention to is the new sizing for the square is 1080 by 1080. So if you're creating a brand new actual Instagram template in Canva, don't use the programmed or the pre-templates, because they do have one for social media, and I don't know if the Instagram one is updated. Just go to the top where it says use custom dimensions and then type in 1080 by 1080. That's all you got to do. Then it will create a new post just like this, and then this is where you'll be able to go in and work on things. Now, I should have, see, this is how my brain works. I did all of the work, and then I got rid of my previous designs here, and then afterwards I was like, oh, I should really do this for the show. So we're going to kind of I'm going to talk about it here. But what I do when I'm creating the ad, when I'm taking it from my idea on paper to the computer, is I start with the first one, and then let me move this other item out of the way. So I start with my first template here, and as you can see, I have various templates here that are just different colors and different things for later. But this is the current final version. Of course, like I said, even if you're watching the replay, share any feedback you have around this. But this is what I came up with so far today. But let me just make a copy. So what I do is I just hit this double square here that says copy this page, and then it puts a new page below it. So oftentimes what I will do is I will start with one design, and then I will copy it, so then I can work on the copy and see what the difference is, see what I like. So for instance, I made a copy of this ad at least 4 times before it came to this. I can't show those to you because I already deleted them. I know. This is what happens. But I did want to show you the process, because now what we could do is I could totally go in here. My computer's going to be really slow. Give me a second here. So what I did before, oops, undo. It's going to be like super slow motion. Okay, so what I did before was, instead of having these as bullets, I actually had them as just regular text. So let me take off the bullets. And what I did was this. And I have to look down because it's hard to look at the screen straight on there. So there's business development, and then we had that, and then we go here. So it's one of those things that, you know, you can go through and test things, but the point here is that you want to make copies of your design. Hey, Tammy. Yes, good. Lurking instead of working. I thought for a second, Tammy, that it said twerking. And I was going to say, well, that's one way to look at designing an ad, right? Instead of lurking, you're twerking. Oh boy. See, I told you I was going to make you guys laugh today. I didn't tell you that, but I told you it was a good day. So there you go. There's your laugh for today. But, you know, you start moving around the different parts, but then you look at your main one. So this is the one I ended up with so far today, right? But I had these like this, and then I also had another one. Let me copy this here. Then I had my guy up here. Let's take all of this, and we're going to move this up here. And then what I did was I had this guy down here. Tammy's all, only Ed. What can I say? It's a dancing Wednesday. It's just, you know, you got to have fun. And, you know, I was just thinking today too, that I listen to music pretty much all day long. I just love music, right? And I don't know if that's also, I'm sure that it is, but that's another factor of why I'm always in a good mood, I guess. It's just like, I mean, you guys, of course, are like number one, but it's one of those things where, you know, you are what you surround yourself with, right? And you are out there, you know, if you're always putting negativity out there or around negativity, chances are you're going to be surrounded by it constantly. So you got to cut the negativity, right? So it's the same thing when you're trying to be positive or when you're trying to work on things. It's all that stuff. Fabulous idea to have lots to choose from and edit. Yes, Chrissy, that's the point here, you guys, is that as you can see, I'm going to make that a little bit bigger here. As you can see here, I'm going to have 3 different versions, right? I'm kind of recreating what I had earlier today without, and it's not going to be perfect, obviously, but we'll just go here. Okay, there. So earlier I had something like that, right? I might have pulled this down. Let's get that there. I might have had that there. So, which, I don't know. I mean, at first glance, maybe that's not that bad either. But now I can look at that, and then I can go up here, and my eye automatically says, no, I don't like this like that. Then I can go up here, and I'm like, actually, that's pretty clean. That's pretty clean. So then what I do is I know that this one I don't want. So I automatically delete it. So then I'm looking at my 2 options here. And then from there, there's still more. There's still more. Once you kind of have a good grip on a couple designs, then what I do is I export them, meaning I download them. I download them as images, and then I view them on my computer, and then I view them on my phone. I haven't posted them anywhere, right? I'm literally taking what I've created in Canva, downloading it to my computer, viewing it on my screen there, outside of that program, then viewing it on my phone as well. Anybody know why I'm doing that? Why am I doing all that work? If I've already viewed it in Canva, why am I viewing it on my computer and on my phone? I'm going to see the comments while you guys think about that. Tammy says, entrepreneurs are in a good mood because we get to choose our own music. We need a t-shirt. Yes, there you go. So why is it that I view it in Canva, I view it on my computer, and then I view it on my phone before I actually go post it anywhere? Can you think? The reason is because we're going to catch something. Our eyes are going to catch something. When we're in Canva or any design program, we're focused on so many things. In this case, I'm focused on the design, the layout. The Sister says some parts get cut off on the phone. Yep. Different devices look different. Chrissy? Yes, exactly. See, you guys get it. Perfect. So when I'm in Canva, my brain is thinking about the idea. It's thinking about the words, the text, the look, the colors, all of that stuff. And then when I finally can kind of get it into a structured space like this, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is okay. Then I have to download it, look at it on the computer, because then I give my eyes a break. It's not in the same program. It's somewhere else. And then from there, I can actually see some of those mistakes. Like maybe a color is off. Maybe there is a layover, like there's a little extra hanging over or not enough. I had that happen the other day. I don't know if any of you guys caught that in one of my stories. I posted an ad that I created, and I noticed that the shadow that I had, the layer on top here, was off by a small hair. I couldn't tell on Canva though, but I could instantly tell once I posted it on social media. Actually, it's on my Instagram account, and I didn't take it down because I wanted to make sure, I mean, it is what it is, but you won't be able to see it because it's like so tiny, but I don't even know why I'm trying to show you, but it's like a little sliver of white when it's supposed to be the dark gray / black. So your eye will pick up on certain things. So you want to make sure that you view it on your computer, but then you also want to check it on your phone. Partly because it may be cut off. That is another reason. But the other thing that I want you to think about, because this is kind of ties in, here I go, more for you guys. ties into basically like email marketing. This is another tip for you. You view it on your phone because, again, your brain, your eyes, everything switches over to something different. And now it's going to pick up on, does this look good on your phone? Why is it important that it looks good on the phone? Should look good on the computer too, but let's face it, the phone is what we're worried about, right? Because, why? Everyone's going from the phone first, most likely. Most traffic is going to be coming from the phone. So the eyeballs are going to be seeing on the phone first what image you're posting. Now, to kind of tie that into that email marketing part that I mentioned, before you send any emails to your list, you should be checking them on your phone. Test your emails before you send them. Open them on the computer, open them on the phone. That's all you got to do, just to make sure everything looks good. Chances are you will catch something. You'll go in, edit, resend, review, repeat. Make sense? So there you go. Tammy says lots of more traffic on the phone. Exactly. So that's how I do it with creating ads. I go from the paper to the computer, and then I start playing around. Like I said, this is the final draft right now, but what I will do when I'm in the process is I will start hitting the copy so that I can copy those images and work off of them and take a look to see what I like, what works. And then it also helps me swap things out. For instance, if I wanted to swap out my digital ed here for my own photo, I can do that without messing up what I created and was okay with up here. So it's just another way for you to be able to go through and do a process of elimination, but in an orderly fashion versus feeling like you're stuck on one template and that you have to hit the undo button. No, we don't want to deal with that, especially not in programs like Canva, because sometimes you hit the undo button and it glitches out and it's just all weird. So make sure that you use the copy feature and just test that and run with that. Let me know on the business page here if you try that and how that works for you, because it's really cool and it helps me a lot. All right, so that's what I have for you guys today. That's how I create ads for myself and the process that I go through. Feel free to share this out, tag your friends. After this, head over to edtroxel.com. Get on that email list so you get my email on Friday. And don't forget to check out Hey Ed, as you saw the ad there. And let me know if you have any feedback around that. And until tomorrow, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great night, and we'll see you back here, same time, same place. Take care. What is the Hey Ed community? I'll let them tell you.
I'm drawn to this community, Erica, because listen, I'm going to make sure as a business person, I know you are as well, serious business women, we're going to make sure that we're getting the content knowledge we need from the Hey Ed community. But I also want to laugh. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy my workday. And I know I'll get that balance in the Hey Ed community. I know he'll tolerate our tangents.
And I think that's the perfect way to have a really good engaged community. It's a perfect balance of business and fun, you know.